In the 13th century, a single name struck more terror into the hearts of kings and emperors than any army: Genghis Khan. Entire cities, fortified and ready for a long siege, would throw open their gates and surrender without a single arrow being fired. How was this possible? Because his most devastating weapon wasn't his cavalry or his archers, it was fear itself. Born as Temujin around 1162 into a world of fractured and warring Mongol tribes, he would rise to unite them into the most formidable empire the world had ever seen. His cavalry was the stuff of legends, incredibly fast, ruthlessly disciplined, and seemingly unstoppable. But the true genius of the Mongol conquests wasn't just in their battlefield tactics. It was in their mastery of psychological warfare. Imagine this: the Mongols are approaching your city. For weeks, you've heard nothing but horrifying stories from refugees fleeing from the east. They speak of cities like Nishapur and Merv in Persia, which dared to resist. They describe utter annihilation, where the Mongols left no one and nothing standing as a warning to others. The Mongols didn't just allow these stories to spread. They actively encouraged it. Survivors were deliberately sent ahead to neighboring lands to act as heralds of the terror to come. These tales of destruction, often exaggerated with each telling, became a virus of panic, infecting entire populations. By the time the Mongol banners appeared on the horizon, the city's will to fight was already broken. Fear had already done the conquering. Genghis Khan was also a master of deception. His armies would light thousands of extra campfires at night, creating the illusion of a force many times its actual size. Small units of cavalry would kick up enormous dust clouds to simulate the approach of a massive host. His brilliant generals, men like Sabbatai and Jibei, perfected these techniques. They understood that panic was a weapon sharper and more reliable than any sword. They could make an enemy army believe it was surrounded when it wasn't, or that it was facing an invincible horde when it was only a scouting party. By the 1220s, this strategy had paid off spectacularly. The Mongol Empire stretched from the shores of the Pacific to the heart of Europe, becoming the largest contiguous land empire in history. Much of this vast territory was acquired not through bloody, prolonged battles, but through the strategic application of terror. The mere reputation of the Mongols was enough to make kingdoms crumble. Historians often point out that Genghis Khan didn't just conquer land, he conquered minds. He understood a fundamental truth of human nature, that terror can travel faster than any horse. And once it takes root in the collective consciousness of a people, no wall is high enough and no army is strong enough to stop it. Fear was Genghis Khan's invisible army, and it was invincible. Thanks for watching. If you found this dive into history fascinating, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next story. See you next time.